Hi there, BattleTech Mech Warrior fans. Welcome back to another video. I'm trying out a new format. I hope it works. I hope you do enjoy it. We're gonna have. Oops, sorry, there's a spoiler there already. We're gonna have a look at Legends. Yeah, this came out probably about 2 years ago, I think it is. And when it had come out, they had a limited edition version of it. So this is the hardback. It's still currently available. You can get it on Catalyst Game Store website, and as well as your local friendly gaming store, as well as like Amazon and several other places. But they had a limited edition version, which is this kind of armored, what's a carbon fiber type cover with a foil block on the front. I've still got mine sealed because I'm just like kind of, oh my god, my dogs have to drink water when I'm doing another video again. Anyway, yes. So anyway, yeah, it's lovely. These the limited edition version you can't get anymore, but the good thing is that Legends 2 is available via the Kickstarter. As I'm recording this, is September, so there's only a few days left before the pledge closes. The back of Kickstarter start charging our cards for our copious amount of spending on our addiction, which is BattleTech. So, who's this book for? There she goes again. She's having another drink. This book is for everyone who enjoys BattleTech and Mech Warrior. So, whether you're a new player or a veteran, there's going to be something for everybody. And this is a great book, I think, that really everybody should own. And I say that because it's going to have one of your favorite characters in here with their mechs. Now, if you're into painting mechs, there's some amazing color schemes in here, which you can then use to paint your mechs. But not only that, give you inspiration as well to like try out different schemes, try out different units. I am sure you've got so much plastic that you probably don't, you're wondering, what kind of schemes do I go for? So this is going to be good. That's my other dog who wants to have a drink of water. So anyway, and the reason I say this is for everybody, and I think especially for new players, is that it's broken down into eras here. And the reason that that's good is that it helps new players get to grips with the massive universe that is BattleTech, so they can understand what was the Star League era, what was the Succession Wars era. There's snippets and characters from those eras that they've taken snapshots at. And the great thing is that each of these eras has a short story, but within the format of the book itself, there's a character profile of a prominent character and the mech they will pilot. And there's some amazing mechs in here. And like, I've probably highlighted about maybe a dozen or so that I'm going to like quickly flick through. But it's a nice thick book, so there is a lot of content, and I have read some of it, due to my age and consumption of lots of lore. I do forget things, and I was just flicking through it yet again, but I do need to sit down and read it thoroughly. But yeah, anyway, without any further, let's have a quick look at some of the things that I've picked out. I like Elizabeth Hazen because she's such a badass individual. She was one of the few survivors who led a resistance during the Amaris Civil War. She then went on the Exodus with Alexander Kerensky. I won't ruin it too much, but Tex does a great video on the clan elementals and the Exodus and everything else in there. And there's a great story about her in the Pentagon Wars where she gets out and takes names. Honestly, it's just fantastic. But that's a Star League mech. Apparently she brought it out of retirement. But yeah, absolutely glorious Star League color in olive drab. It'll give you some ideas of like what to paint and how to paint it. There's some black paneling in some places, but a hazard strip. I didn't know they put the numbers there. That's actually quite interesting. I might have to start doing that depending on the mechs. Anyway, so that's the first one we're going to take a look at. Then we have one of my favourites. It's a Battle Master. Not my favourite model Battle Master mech type, because this is the new Catalyst era designs. But this one belongs to Takashi Kurita, the coordinator of the Combine. But I just love the scroll work within here. It's just glorious. Nice canopy. I kind of like do my canopies like this. Let me show you one of mine. That's my Battle Master there. I don't know if you can see it very well there. Yeah, so it's kind of like that, except this one is blue. I do have a green one somewhere. I will have to dig it out. But this is the old unseen mech design, which is the format I love. So I will have to find a Battle Master. And I did say when I saw this, I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and do that. But I think even for my patience, it would test me to another level. But I might give it a go at some point, because you know what? Sometimes I do look for inspiration and try and like yeah, have even more grey hairs. But yeah, it's great mech. And there's a bit of history with Takashi there as well. Another good one, Jamie Wolf. Now, when I first read about the Wolf Dragoons, and I read about the mech that he obviously pilots at Archer, and I think that is, I'm not sure if that's correct one, because he has an SM4 version. Anyway, and he was blue with gold trim, but I didn't understand that the trim was actually like just not even panel lines. They're kind of like just lines, and some of them are pretty like, I don't know what that follows or what that's following, but yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't have done it like that. I thought when it was gold trim, there'd be more sort of like, yeah, that'd be the gold trim there, there'd be gold trim there. There's a, you know, I think I've done an Archer recently where I did the trim like that gold, and picking out gold there, and you know that bit gold. So anyway, so if you do want to do the Wolf Dragoons and Jamie's Archer, and considering that, you know, it's a mech that's out there in the Wolf Dragoons Assault Box, I think it is. Yeah, definitely that's the way to do it. And maybe, yeah. Anyway, there are some others that we will be looking at. And then somebody else who pilots the Archer. I thought the Callhounds had a red and grey scheme. I don't know, but anyway, that's a different way of doing the Callhound. Well, I don't know. It's not a different way. It's canon. So that's the way Callhounds do their Archer. Just another way of doing it. I would never consider doing it like this. But again, it's nice, it's distinct, and it comes off well because it matches their logo. So that's kind of nice. Maybe I would have done some more black. I mean, he's done black there, or just above on the shoulder joint part. So, and the black on the arms, on the guns, on the medium lasers there. So yeah, I mean, it is nice. I do like it. Different take, I think, but I'm sure it's up to you guys. This now, oh gosh. So, another mech I love. And Camo Specs does a great video of how to do the Grey Death Legion. Now, I'm sure, and I can't find it. I spent like the last half hour looking for my Marauder, and I can't find my Marauder because I tried to do this scheme, and I think I must have got really annoyed with it because I followed the Camo Specs guide, but I think he may have watered or thinned down the contrast. I forget what the name of the black contrast is, but it made everything murky. And I think this is probably a better. Sorry, I'm sure if Camo Specs did it again, they'd probably like go, you know what, you're better off just using a light grey and a dark grey and just go like that. I don't think you need that extra wash on top. I think it makes it, you know, and there are different washes that you can use. And I mentioned it before, you can use a null oil gloss, and then you can quickly wipe it away, and you'll still get the recess highlight, lining done as well. But that's a nice scheme. I like that because it's a nice urban scheme, and I have got some urban schemes, and I will show you some mechs that I've done that follow an urban scheme as such. But I think that one is particularly nice, and I do like that, so I might try, especially now that I think some of us are lucky that we've been able to get hold of this Grey Death Legion box. It's not currently out in the rest of the world. It's only available in the US and Barnes & Noble, which is great for you guys out there, but for us in the rest of the world, not so good because we're going to have to wait. But luckily I had someone go to the US recently on holiday, and I said, please, can you get me this? And they managed to do that anyway. But I do like that scheme, like I said, and I do want to give that one a go. And it's a great just general camera scheme for a Merc unit, or just like an NPC force, any old Merc, whatever. It's just nice, and it's different as well, rather from the usual greens that you get out there anyway. Then Rifleman, not one of my favourite mechs, and you talk about Yanis Marek's mech, but again, for you Marek fans out there, I put this one out because I do like the colour scheme. I think it's really nice. There's a good contrast of greys and purple. So again, something different that you might want to try. And again, I do recommend that you do sort of experiment and play different color schemes. I'll pick out some mechs and just like do something random, like this guy here. I bought it. Sorry, let me get. Sorry, there it is. I bought this, and it was kind of done in the scheme, but I had to touch it up a lot because it was very poor. The contrast was missing in some places because it pulls away, and the underlining prime white will show through. So I had to go through it again. I had to weather it up and everything else. But again, it's just a nice different scheme, very Solaris arena mech like. That's what kind of the look I was going for. And then there's his compatriot from the same stable. That's how I'm doing, like, you know, just some mechs that I wouldn't normally paint or have much to do with. Just gets me painting some of the figures and having them out there on display. They can go back there. Anyway, so another good one. Then we're going to go to oh wow, one of my favorite characters in BattleTech lore, the Bounty Hunter. And the great thing about this is that in the Mercenaries Kickstarter we get a full Legends Force Pack with his mechs. There, I said it. And it's great. I've ordered too many of those force packs, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because I'm going to have lots of attempts at painting them. And before this come out, and I'm sure I mentioned it, I did think they might bring out the Bounty Hunter in a character form. So I did play with, like, back in the Clan Invasion, I couldn't wait. So I managed to get some 3D prints. And it's not a very good 3D print of a Marauder, but it's all right. And I painted this. This was going to be my Bounty Hunter. And obviously I haven't done any sort of C bills or check marks or anything like that, but I might add it on here. Yeah, it could be a fake Bounty Hunter mech. And then when I got the actual Catalyst Marauder, I did this guy here as well. So again, I'm gonna have to play with this one and do some more stuff with it. Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, so I am really excited about that. And then because the good thing about the Bounty Hunter is that he travels with some mates who kind of support him, and they kind of do the heavy grunt work, even though the Bounty Hunter is a reputable Mech Warrior gunslinger in his or her own right. They kind of rely on his buddies to soften up the targets. But he also hires mercs to sometimes go in there first and soften up the opponents, and then comes in and takes all the glory. You know, like a true bounty hunter that he is. That's why I probably infamous. But then I just did one of these mechs, the longbow. I thought, you know what, he'll want support, so what better than a longbow as like provided indirect fire support. Like, yeah, put it on the mech I'm fighting. Yep, make me look good. So anyway, that's that guy. And I love this longbow sculpt. I wouldn't normally use it in anything much because it's different. But, oh God, it's such a fantastic mech. Again, this is one of the... This is not an unseen, but it is an unseen. This model itself is being retroed for Mech Warrior Online. But this is one of the unseen longbow designs. And they're out. Yeah, I've got some, and I'll show you some later. I'll do another video on that anyway at some point. But yes, I'm really excited by the Marauder. Nice profile. It goes through some of the things that are fated that he goes through in terms of the mechs he acquires or she acquires. So great, and I like that. It's just, you know, I'm gonna have to do those checks. I don't know if I'll be able to get those checks on that tiny 1, 2, 3, 4. A row. So done a row of 4. Just, oh my God, just there. That's going to be really tough. Okay, I'll have to think about that. Right, this, yes. So K. Alad Lau legend Solaris champion. You've got his mech. Now, obviously, they brought out BattleTech Essentials box set in America, which is great for you guys who are out in the States, and you got some great deals for 342 when they were launched at Target. I'm like really pleased and excited for Catalyst because they produced 250,000 box sets, 250,000. That's more than any other one of their boxes as far as I'm aware of. Do correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but that's great. And I know a lot of us BattleTech fans have tried to acquire the boxes and get them and buy them. But out of those 250,000, even if 10% are bought by new players, that's 25,000 new BattleTech Mech Warrior players that we're going to have. That's great. I mean, yes, that's in the US, and I hope they do something in the rest of Europe because there are, that's something that would be absolutely amazing, fantastic as a concept for a game like Robot Wars and stuff. Bring it here. Let's get them out into more of the mainstream marketplaces. Work with our distributors. I know they're frustrating and difficult. I've worked with them in the past, so I know what they're like, and we can push it. We can push the numbers and grow BattleTech across. Anyway, sorry, I'm diverting. So to paint this guy, again, it's a nice picture to have as a reference guide because I'm sure a lot of people will be doing this guy in the Centurion because it's a great paint scheme, and why wouldn't you give it a shot? Because I think whilst it looks difficult, and it is difficult, it's something that I think, yeah, we should be able to quite do. I'm not too nervous about it. I am really. Right, anyway, another mech I thought put out here is a Marauder. The reason I put this one out because it's Vlad Ward, and it's not the normal colour scheme for Clan Wolf. And I know, yes, they have their different schemes depending on what campaign they are and they put camo on and stuff like that. But yeah, interesting scheme because when I looked at it, I thought, oh, that must be a Jade Falcon. Apart from I didn't notice those straight away, the Clan Wolf logos. But yeah, anyway, so just a different, so you know what, go out there, have some fun, with your Mad Cats and Timberwolves. Just, doesn't matter really. So, but this one does because it's Aiden Pride, one of the other legendary mechs that we got as part of the Clan Invasion Kickstarter. So again, another reference picture for a great Mech Warrior and a great mech anyway. So that's in there. So another good reason to get this book. And then I put this one out because the Night Star is a chunky mech. And it's a difficult one to paint unless you just go boring Stardig. And I love that colour scheme. Isn't it just... Oh, gosh, I want to give you lots of hugs. Look, I like that. It's just nice. The red and black. It kind of makes it look like it's one of those poisonous snakes. I'm sure it was. Was it a frog? Red and black. Anyway, but yeah, it just looks like it's a stealthy, poisonous predator, and it's going to hurt. Yeah, and yeah, so. I think that's really good. That's a brilliant mech. So, yeah, it's one of the Dukes of the Frederick Commonwealth. So anyway, on to the next one. And another... so this is Devon Stone's mech, his Atlas. The reason I picked this one out, because again, it's just great inspiration. I just love the skeleton design on it. And because of just that alone, I want to do it. I definitely want to do it. I think it's just great. I think that's a nice, fun element to it. So I will give that a go. Something nice and different to do. And again, I love source books like this that give you inspiration and ideas and go, do you know what, I haven't tried that and I want to give it a go. And you do, and that's beautiful. And the last one, I wanted to bring this one out because it's one of the new premium mechs that Catalyst will be selling on their store and at events, the Hammerhead. And I like this. I like the Hammerhead mech design. I think the aesthetics are really great. And I thought, well, do you know what? That paint scheme is really nice. Kind of like very sea, naval-y kind of thing with that sort of fade. And the blue. And I like that blue because it's a nice contrast of like a light blue on a kind of medium blue. And they've replicated that in a green and a light green. And there's a nice fade. It's kind of like this one that I tried to do. This is my Kodiak, and you can see there is a slight fade to it. And again, you know, I've done that, and now I feel like, you know what, I might be able to give that one a go too at some point. Because again, you know what, just put it into a arena mech or a mercenary, you know, with his mech that's come out to hire. You know, it's just nice. So, look, there's over 160 pages. There's probably a good 60, 70 profiles of characters. And it's amazing. And I think this is probably about 30 quid. Probably, sorry, it should tell me on the back here. Yeah, so it's $50 US. It's about £35 in the UK. Some people might be getting a discount. I'm sure it's available at Amazon. So yes, get out there, get this. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. I hope you found this video useful. Please leave a like and subscribe. Ding that bell for more notifications, because I will be doing more videos. Please leave your comments, give me any feedback. Let's try and push to 400, because I didn't quite make it. I thought I had. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next video, and stay safe. Bye, guys.